This is going to be very cursed. Remember the StarCraft Evolution mod from a couple of months ago where we had StarCraft 1 going up against StarCraft 2? Well, there's a new mod that just released called Warcraft 3 versus StarCraft 2. Spotting right here in the top left-hand corner, playing with the blue humans, we have none other than MaxPax. I'm assuming the minerals that are being harvested over here is lumber? And I guess this is gold? Judging by the fact that there's peasants going back and forth. We have an altar of kings and a barracks being made. So what about neutral creeps? There's neutral creeps out on the map too? I mean, obviously a big part of 1 versus 1 in Warcraft 3, yeah, is the shop. It's all of the leveling of the heroes. I've never seen this before. I could have done a little bit of preparation. All of the prep work I could have done was in Chinese. Maybe I could have done some Google auto translator. Oh, what? I figured I'll just go into this completely blind. His opponent, though, playing with the red Taran pieces. So we have humans going up against humans, I guess? We're looking at LawLiet's main command center. Now, I believe that's how you pronounce his username. LawLiet? I've seen a couple of different people pronounce it differently. Anyways, this is a Warcraft 3 professional. He's got nearly $300,000 in tournament earnings over the years. Warcraft 3 is even older than StarCraft 2. He's been playing it for a really long time, a name that I used to see back when I was quite interested in the game. I believe the way this works is they're gonna be switching sides for every map. So we have StarCraft 2 going up against Warcraft 3. I have no clue about balance. I have no idea what to expect. I can imagine that this is gonna get very messy, but hopefully it'll also be entertaining. So... obviously, build order-wise, we're going Mountain King, it looks like. Build order-wise, I am not sure what to expect, but neither do the players, so we've got that going for us. MaxPax, I mean, a relatively young StarCraft pro, so I'm not exactly sure how much Warcraft 3 he has ever played. He's decided to rush Footman towards the other side of the map, and you know what? Man with gun has to run from something for once. They're actually surprisingly quick. I know that years ago, Blizzard at some point ported over all of the graphics from Warcraft 3 to StarCraft 2 into like the editor. So I guess they're using the official Blizzard assets in order to put this together. This is not usually the way that Warcraft 3 is played though. Normally we see Warcraft 3 heroes leveling up at this stage in the game. We'll have to see what the Mountain King is up to, but for now, oh there he is. The Mountain King does have the Thunderclap, it seems. Yeah, so Thunderclap is an AoE ability that allows it to do a lot of damage around itself. Jimmy ends up going down there. My god, this is hyper aggression right here by MaxPax. I kind of love it. By the way, what does this interface look like? I like this copy-pasted human face right onto the scoreboard. I guess it would obscure the night cycle? Maybe not very relevant for this particular series. Okay, so the command center on the low ground for LawLiet, it did not finish. And it does mean that it's in a world of trouble right now. MaxPax actually knocking on the front door. All of his units at this point are melee. He is making another barracks at home right now. He's upgrading to a keep. So from town hall to keep. Trying to tech up. Command center gets cancelled. LawLiet is going to have to go back into the main base. And I guess go for a CC over here. Now... the biggest difference, I would say, between StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3 is that StarCraft 2 is very macro-focused. So a lot of unit production, a lot of building. There's still a lot of micro, of course, a lot of unit control in that game too. But Warcraft 3 is the polar opposite. Warcraft 3 is about constant, well, microing of the units and really trying to squeeze as much juice out of your heroes in particular. So heroes level up. You can get additional abilities on them. So there's the Thunderclap over here, that's a big one. An AoE ability that basically just stomps on the ground and then you do a bunch of damage. Apparently he decides to go with Bash next, which has a Korean description, which I cannot read. Anyways, it is very nice. He's also got that that very well-known Stormbolt that basically is a single target damage dealer. And obviously this is... Warcraft 3 is ultimately the origin story for most of the well-known MOBAs out there these days, right? So Dota, for example, was originally a Warcraft 3 mod, and You can say the same thing as well for League of Legends, I suppose. At least, like, the origin is all in Warcraft 3. And a lot of the heroes are gonna be quite familiar, even if you've never seen Warcraft 3 before, if you have played one of the popular MOBAs. Now, you do get some resources too, and yeah, the units do drop items. Apparently we're going for... What is this guy called again? The Flame Mage next. Oh, I don't remember the name of the hero. Well, apparently he's called Silvo's Windrunner. It's at the tip of my tongue. The Blood Mage? Is it Blood Mage? I think it's Blood Mage. Essentially what this comes down to is MaxPax is going full damage. MaxPax has still successfully contained his opponent on just a single base. And LawLiet is having some issues trying to break out of it. Now, he is making another command center. A third one, that is, because the second one did finish just now. This Widow Mine could actually be amazing. He's drawing fire, using the Footman to draw friendly fire from the Widow Mine. And his factory at the front is also going to retreat. Balance-wise, this is obviously all over the place. Oh, here's the AoE ability from the Blood Mage. I think I'm going to call it Blood Mage. From Kiltus, whatever his name is. Anyways, good bit of damage done. And so far, it seems like Taran is absolute garbage. He's going battle cruisers. LawLiet is supporting this, or responding to this rather, going battle cruisers right now on the back of this. He's sneaking out a command center towards the top. He's probably gonna fly the other one towards the natural expansion eventually. Using a factory right now for scouting. Alright, workshop coming up here for MaxPax, who I think, yeah, did get a glimpse of this. So he knows that battle cruisers are coming up. What are we gonna go and do with a workshop? Make like the little, what are they called? The flying machines? Yeah! I guess we're going to make flying machines for this. Vroom! That must be the plan. I'm not exactly sure if it's a good plan. He's also going Riflemen. Riflemen are, of course, the ranged damage dealers. Very high DPS, very low survivability. Here is the battlecruiser though going in right now. Couple of the dwarves are gonna try and chase it away. Oh, there he is. They came from behind. I think I left a perfect pause. It's about that long, or at least it does feel about that long. I don't know what the trades are. I don't know how this works out. It looks like the BC stays alive for now, but LawLiet does need to be careful. Yeah, he's gonna lose it. Alright. It's because he's busy in the meantime at home, taking a stupid amount of damage right here from... Ooh, I think he's actually getting friendly fire to his own units as well, but taking a stupid amount of damage here from all of MaxPax's stuff. In the meantime, though, a command center has been snuck towards the top right corner of the map. Obviously, this is, well, Warcraft 3, so Max doesn't really need to expand. Generally, Warcraft 3 maps are also not nearly as big as Abyssal Reef. He's going to be able to make another town hall. Yeah, I just finished it over here on the low ground. You can power build, I guess, with humans, so you can quickly make them and, you know, use them to your effectiveness. Dude, this command center could just be LawLiet's saving grace. At this point, Max assumes that the Taran player is, well, stuck on one base. He assumes that this game is pretty much in the bag, using the confusion there as well to try and get all of this going. He can mana drain? Yeah, he can siphon mana. Curious little ability. Not sure exactly what you can use it here. Maybe, yeah, no, I don't think you can really use it on anything here. Footman going to town. The Mountain King is going to join in as well. But I think Max is actually getting a little overzealous. Max doesn't need to be here. He needs to scout around the map. To be fair, this is a weird Taran build order. I would imagine it's because our Protoss, our Warcraft 3 Pro doesn't really know StarCraft builds. So he's just kind of winging it, trying to spend his money. Not doing a particularly great job at it, to be completely frank with you. But he has snuck out another base, and this one's completely unscouted. Oh no. Oh, by the way, in the middle of the map, the tavern! There's a tavern in the middle of the map. You can get, well, neutral heroes out of this too. That's so funny. It's floating. It's a little cursed, but it does look quite cute. He needs to go around the map. The flying machine is fast. It can be used for scouting. But he's not, he's not aware that there is a third command center out there somewhere. A huge advantage here for MaxPax, starting to slip out of his fingers a little bit. Supply count now of the Taran player is starting to catch up. Yeah, he's just gonna start creeping. He's just going after everything. So at level 6, the heroes unlock their ultis. For the Mountain King, it's the Avatar ability, if I'm not mistaken, which basically allows it to go absolute rampage. Oh, he's losing a lot of his... Ooh. He's losing a lot of his minions here. A lot of his units to just neutral creeps. That's a really large camp. Yeah, MaxPax is getting very aggressive because he thinks he has this one in the bag. Wow. Dude, we just lost so many troops. I mean, look at how much Taran has lost, though. I did not quite realize the cost effectiveness. I think before this fight, it must have been maybe 500 resources lost for Max. He's still ahead. But he's gonna get overwhelmed in the near future. Oh, also, one system in Warcraft 3 is upkeep. So in Warcraft 3, when you go above a certain supply count, you have to start paying upkeep for your troops. It's sort of like a taxation system. I think at least in the lore, that's sort of like the idea behind it. Like the larger your kingdom grows, the more resources it takes to maintain it as well. It effectively means, though, in a game of Warcraft 3, that you have to be quite aggressive. Turtling and sitting back is discouraged because you start paying more and more over time. So low upkeep is still acceptable, but you can go all the way up to high upkeep too, and I think that's the reason Max is trying to be aggressive. Now he finds out, though, about the extra siege tanks, about the extra battle cruisers. There's more coming up right here. He's mostly bottlenecked as far as gas goes with Taran. So yeah, he's mining more of it right now. More farms are building. The Arcane Vault for, well, any of the items you want to buy. Do we play StarCraft music? I guess we'll play StarCraft 1 music. That's only appropriate. Da-da-da-da-da. Bow-dow-dow. Maybe we can play Warcraft 2 for the next one. Absolute banger tunes in that one, too. So what happens if the Taran player attacks the... Look at him hiding bases. So cheeky. Max still does not know. What happens if the Taran player here attacks some of the neutral creeps? I guess it can be used to deny. I think you can probably use it to deny. Oh, you can kill the gold mine. I don't think you can do that in Warcraft 3. You can in Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2. But I don't think you can kill a gold mine in Warcraft 3, can you? I'm not entirely sure. Building armor coming up right now. I don't know if LawLiet thinks that's an upgrade for his battle cruisers or not, but at the very least, it's going to be quite good. Oh, nice. The stun from the Mountain King there coming in clutch. Flying machine trying to chase this down. We see Yamato cannons going. It's so cursed. The Yamato cannons go down onto the Warcraft flying machines. You would imagine that the capital ships of the Taran are a little bit higher technology than these paper planes. But it's doing the trick. It's doing the trick for now. This is actually more balanced than I thought it was going to be. Like, every time I cast one of these fun mods, I'm always surprised with how well it actually works. This was organized, by the way, by the SC Boy community. So the Chinese StarCraft community, they have been trying out a lot of fun stuff. They put out some of the very best content out there. So big shout out to SC Boy for sending over the replays and allowing me to check out some of these really fun mods. They put out a lot of money on the line and just, yeah, they just create these crazy systems. I'm impressed, though, how it kind of works every time. I'm not exactly sure who invented or, like, who created this mod. Since a lot of the notifications here are in Korean, I'm assuming it's Korean. But then again, the majority of the StarCraft world that really likes these mods is Korea-based. So, yeah, I guess this is a mod together, you know, with the Chinese community, the Korean community, and then I guess I'm sort of sandwiched in the middle of it right now. I'm not exact. It's okay. It's a bit of a mess. But it is a lot of fun to watch. So, battlecruiser going around the side again. You don't need that many workers as a Warcraft 3 player. Castle, by the way, finished up. I guess he can make another hero if he really wants to, and he can make a bunch of high-tier units. Yeah, he's gonna go and make priests. Fair enough. Now, I'm by no means a Warcraft 3 expert, by the way. As far as all the different unit compositions go, I know the absolute basics, but it does get a bit messy. Now, MaxPax has arrived at high upkeep. And high upkeep means that he is, well, paying a lot for his troops right now. So, this is effectively how the game gets balanced. You need to try and be aggressive, or at least trade out some units in order for this to really work out. Planetary Fortress is certainly going to fall, but MaxPax, only just now, when he tries to make a base here, finds out about this random command center that is running out of minerals to mine. This base has been up and running for like 10 minutes almost. Little less than that, but a very significant amount of time. Yeah, now Max is gonna turn his guns to that fight, but it is what is ultimately allowing our Taran here to outgrow. Look at him, making 3 battlecruisers at once. I can't believe the first game of this mod that I'm seeing is this close. I sort of thought that this game was over at minute 5. This is actually going to be a nail-biter. He's supply capped right now, by the way. Max is supply capped right now. He's got an awful lot of units. You can make better units, I guess, too, if he wants to go up towards knights. There's 60 minerals and 245 lumber, I guess. Or 60 gold and 245 lumber. Yeah, so that's what these lats are doing over here. They're mining underwater trees. Yeah. Can he counter battlecruisers? That's my main question. Are these battlecruisers even killable? Yeah? I mean, you can teleport them away. You're supposed to be the micro god here. He's got so much stuff, though. How does it work if you have 200 supply of Taran going up against 120 supply of human? How does that work? Oh, he's baited him into the camp. And I guess that's gonna allow him now to escape. For some reason, he's just sort of running around the perimeter of the map. He's just making more. I do kind of love, though, it's pretty clear to me that LawLiet or LawLiet or LawLiet, whatever his username is, it's pretty clear to me that he doesn't watch or play a lot of StarCraft, but he's doing everybody's favorite strategy, right? I'm pretty sure if I show my dad this game, in his very first match, he's gonna try and build battlecruisers. Because they're the cool unit. They're the big, beefy Taran unit. And you know what? They're awfully effective too. Another command center does fall in the bottom left-hand corner, but the flying troops right here from MaxPax have a very difficult time actually clearing out all of these BCs. I would actually be quite happy if my dad would decide to play mass battlecruiser, you know? Like, the alternative is him being like a Skytles enjoyer. I don't know at that point. Whoa, I don't know. That's just immediately cannon rushing into battlecruiser or into carrier. I mean, I don't know. This is pretty much impossible to break. I don't think you can really break this. Could you? So he's got priests. Could he make? Is it the sorceress? Could he polymorph him? Oh my god. Mass repair on 1 BC! Can he out-damage this? More flying machines coming up. The third base. Well, I guess we can sort of call this the third base. Of our Taran here is going down. BC's in the meantime up north, destroying everything. This is so silly, but actually so much fun. This is a nail-biter. We're nearly 20 minutes in. This is a best of 3 series, by the way. Did I mention that? This is not just a single game. We're doing a best of 3. Here come the additional flying machines. They're getting Yamato'd right now, though. They came from behind. Vroom. Actually, I think I'm confusing a couple of the orc troops and the human troops here. Yeah, the BCs are just being so effective. It looks like in the meantime, avatar form has been activated on the Mountain King, and he has been used to kill this. I believe with the Stormbolt, he can hit up. So I think you can kill more of these BCs. That's another one going down. He decides to tap the Scroll of Town portal and bring the Mountain King back home. That is one way to break that siege position. Very cool. Very cool. So who's winning? I honestly can't tell. MaxPax had this one in the bag 100% if it wasn't for the hidden expansions. And those hidden expansions, I mean, they turn out to be very strong. MaxPax now taking a page out of his opponent's book, building a town hall on his own, or of his own rather, in the bottom left-hand corner. This is far away from where Taran has been checking, but obviously battlecruisers are very nimble. And at this point, there's a lot of them. There's 9 BCs in total. Here we go. I think we need to see that ability here from the Blood Mage. I think that's what it's called. Manages to run away in time. Units decide to, yeah, just disengage. We have mortar teams, but if I'm not mistaken, mortar teams are anti-ground, right? Like, aren't those a siege weapon meant for killing structures? He's got quite a few of them right now. I guess they are used to maybe try and kill through, yeah, through all of these bunkers. But I don't think you can use them to kill battlecruisers, which may be a bit of a disconnect right here on MaxPax's end. Medevac drop right now. We're going Marines? What? Suddenly we're going for a Marine transition. Apparently we're not making, like, we teched straight up to battlecruisers and then decided to play the very first unit you unlock. I mean, to be fair, these are men with guns. I guess these dudes with guns are not a terrible choice either. Yeah. I guess they're dwarfs with guns. Anyways, BCs in the meantime going after the castle. Castle will certainly fall. We also have a counterattack though by Max. Where's the Mountain King? It's being remade. If he kills the Altar of Kings before he kills it, he kills the Altar of Kings before the dwarf can respawn. And that means that the strongest unit right now for MaxPax is gone. There's a counterattack in the meantime over here. He tries to make a new Altar of Kings to be able to resurrect his hero. But I think... I think he got the comeback done. Oh, the Phoenix coming in clutch too. That is the ultimate of Kilthus over here. LawLiet is running away, trying his very best to see if he could keep these Marines alive. He seems to care more for his Marines than he cared for his battlecruisers. Not exactly sure why. These units are just a tad bit more expensive. But yeah, he's overtaken his opponent's supply count quite nicely right now. There's a single dwarf going in for the counterattack. Oh no. I don't think there's enough. This is basically MaxPax's last army here that he can effectively use. The Phoenix does respawn. LawLiet might need to run home. Yeah, just Yamato and teleport. Town Hall! Town Hall! Somebody tell him about Town Hall! Alright, well, I guess it's a Town Hall towards his opponent's Town Hall? Just a different one than the one that we were previously on. Yeah, Yamato is actually an amazing ability. I don't think it really has a lot of counterplay in this type of matchup, does it? Oh, I hope we get to see some of the other races too. I mean, the BCs just win. Yeah, GG gets called after being extremely far ahead at the beginning of the game. It's LawLiet who ends up winning map number 1. Game number 2, we find ourselves on Amygdala. That's a very curious GLHF, but anyways. We have MaxPax playing Protoss, and we have LawLiet going into the human race instead. If I'm not mistaken, he's actually a Night Elf Pro. Let me just look this up real quick. Yeah, he's a Night Elf player from Korea. Currently playing for a team called Phantom Aces. He's actually done pretty well for himself over the years. Yeah, very cool to see. His biggest tournament win was back in 2016 when he took home $52,000. In 2020, he apparently won the Warcraft Team Gold League for $42,000. A DreamHack Open victory as well. Or actually, no, a second place at a DreamHack Open in 2021 for $22,000. And just in general, he's been around for many, many, many years. So fun to see. I'm assuming here he'll be a lot more comfortable playing with the humans than he is with the Taran. So we have little clumps of units set up on the map. There's a mercenary camp over here too. There's a lot of fun stuff here. Alright, so I'm assuming we'll just see MaxPax go Blink Stalker or something. That's what he usually does. He's actually playing this pretty aggressively. Going into a Zealot first. No fast expand just yet. High ground wall off too, so just playing it as safe as possible. Doing a cheeky little scout to see exactly what's happening. We'll see the Paladin first. Really? Now, I used to watch a fair share of Warcraft 3. I always thought it was a lot of fun. Back then, it was always Archmage first. I don't know if that's still the current meta, but I think it is. We're going really quick Rivalman together with the Paladin. I don't believe this to be the standard strategy in Warcraft 3 meta, but maybe it's a great idea for, well, fighting the Protoss. So this is Uther. Uther the Lightbringer coming up. A Rivalman hunting down a probe. Trying to scout exactly what the opponent is going for. Last hitting, of course, is very much so a thing. I'm assuming it provides you with minerals? Not exactly sure. There he is. Oh, dude, just the way these units look, especially the Rivalman, is very... Oh, we have some mercenaries coming in too, some militia, yeah. It's kind of nostalgic to me. I never played a ton of Warcraft, but I've always been a fan of the game. It's actually what originally got me into gaming when I, like competitive gaming, that is. Back in about, I want to say 2009 or so, when I was first introduced to esports. I remember I watched a Dutch television show that featured Grubby. Grubby, of course, at the time, still ranked amongst the very best in Warcraft 3. And that's kind of when I became interested. And then shortly after that, StarCraft 2 was released, right? So I kind of just jumped into that game right from the very start. But I can see a world where I would have played a ton of Warcraft 3. I've played a fair share of Warcraft 3, but obviously not even remotely similar to the amount of StarCraft I've played. Anyways, Oracle build coming in here for Max. Oracle into Void Ray. LawLiet, we need to go. Oh no. Oh no. That's about his entire economy. Yeah, we are currently not getting any gold. Or actually, wait, this is gold? This is gold. Apparently, oh yeah, the minerals are obviously, yeah, okay. A little bit confusing on the interface there, but I see. Wait, if I go to the units tab, oh, both of them have a tavern. I'm assuming this thing in the middle is a structure for the both of them, which is why it shows up on the units tab, because it's a neutral structure. This is where they go out and play Hearthstone, I believe. Warm your frozen boots by the fire. Right? That's what's going on over there. Okay, so Uther's going in. Uther's gonna get stasis too. Glad you could make it, Uther. Suddenly, Uther is a fan of purging the entire Protoss city. Oh, we're going for the Long Rivals upgrade. Fun fact, that was also my nickname in college. Anyways, it is going to be Blink on the back of this for MaxPax, who eventually made an expansion. So it's Oracle into Void Ray into eventual Macro. Very safe approach right here for Max. So the supply count is very deceiving, though. The supply count is very deceiving. I'm not exactly sure how this works out now. Do we... Yeah, do we just assume MaxPax is massively ahead here? I mean, yeah, he shut down his opponent's macro for a while. But the Warcraft 3 units are terrifying. What? Oh, I don't even know what this hero does anymore. The healing spray? The acid bomb. Acid bomb's really good, right? Yeah. Hurl a flask of acid. Oh, there they go! I believe this deals damage over time, but the shield batteries are being awfully useful. And the force fields, even more so right now for Max. We do see the healing ability, though, from the Paladin being used to try and keep it going. The Alchemist going in deep. But I think you have to disengage. Yeah. Underestimating the strength right there of the shield batteries. Better to just go back home. So the Alchemist holds a flask of acid at a target. The flask breaks upon impact, splashing a powerful acid. It deals 5 damage a second to the primary target and lasts for 15 seconds. Alchemist dies. Uther does manage to sneak away, but that was a fight where quite a few of the units ended up going down. And ultimately, of course, MaxPax stabilizes, rather, and he's gonna now follow this up with a Dark Shrine. Now, how do you counter... How do you counter invisible units? As a human here? There are detectors, but I don't know if people generally make them. Oh, the flying machine is a detector. The flying machine is a detector. So I don't know, did he see it? Yeah, he saw the Dark Shrine. He saw the Dark Shrine. So he's making detection. I guess, don't you have... Where's the store? Yeah, the Arcane Vault. I think you can throw stuff in the air or something as like a detector. Not exactly sure how it works. All right. Looks like Protoss needs to back off for now. The Goblin Merchant, by the way, does have an HP count. But 100,000 does take a long time. Yeah, look at the Alchemist going in. Alchemist dealing a lot of damage. He's trying to get this entire army to walk into the stasis ward. Okay, it's just the Alchemist. Doesn't last very long. Just to make it balanced, I suppose. Uther needs to go in. Okay. A Dark Templar, by the way, is following this around. Shh. Don't spoil the surprise. He has a lot of different things you can use here. I thought there was an item that you could, like, throw in. Oh my god, what he... Wait, that's the sentry... Oh, it's a sentry ward. It's a different type of sentry ward. In the meantime, though, the entirety of the Protoss army is getting murdered. And I gotta say, the Alchemist is being very effective. He just used the healing potion on it. We can expect some more healing out of Uther as well. Obviously, the Holy Light is on cooldown, but... yeah, it's okay. It is okay. So... 8.5 minutes into the game, apparently we are finally thinking about making another town hall. Power building is a thing, so you can use a couple of your different workers here at the same time. Dude, the Alchemist is actually destroying, though. I love the Alchemist. Look at it. It just keeps throwing the juice. This is a sick combo. I don't know if this is meta, but I love it. Very clever strategy here. So we're going Uther together with the Rifleman and then into the Alchemist. And the Acid Bomb is just murdering. What do we get? Claws of Attack 3. Boots of Quel'Thalas. Hello, buddy. I think we do want to pick those up. He decides to buy a Goblin Laboratory here. Or a Goblin Shredder, rather, from the laboratory. Can you shred up minerals? Yeah, he's gonna send it to the minerals. That is so cursed. This is one of the most cursed thing I've seen in a while. Stalkers, in the meantime, trying to chase all of this down. Shadow Stride, by the way, coming up as well for Max, who is apparently gonna go full Blinky Boy. Blink Stalker together with Blink Dark Templar. We do have a lesser Dark Minion right now that got summoned. Guys, I gotta say, I am pleasantly surprised with how this works out. I mean, I just have memory of the old maps in StarCraft that people used to make when the game first came out. And a lot of it was fun for about 3 minutes. and then just became incredibly messy and very cursed. This is genuinely interesting. Obviously, there is no established meta, like nobody knows what you're quote-unquote supposed to be playing. And it makes the game very interesting to me. Like StarCraft and Warcraft, I guess, as well. Oh, he destroys the items! He kills the items! Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. I don't know if these maps are ideal. I will say, I don't know if these maps are ideal for a mod like this. I can imagine that's a lot of experimentation. There's a lot of things you can do. But I feel like the maps are absolutely massive. Alright. Stalker's going in. Trying to get the kill on the town hall. I mean, you have mass recall. Not as good as a town portal scroll, though. Oh, here goes the Alchemist again. Can you get enough, like, I don't know, enough Stalkers to one-shot heroes? I don't think so. Maybe with Dark Templar you can kind of pull that off? Maybe Dark Templar are actually like a decent all-round attacking option. I'm not exactly sure. I think he wants to use it for harassment. But Warcraft 3 is less focused on harassment than StarCraft 2. Like, worker killing is a big thing in Warcraft, or in StarCraft 2, obviously. It's still a thing in Warcraft 3, but not nearly as much of an emphasis. Okay. Zealot's going in now. The Shredder is in some trouble. He's shredding up those mineral fields. Recall being used right now, or TP rather. He did also get the healing spray. Yeah, this is a really nice unit composition here. From the human player. I really like it. Alright, here comes Max again though. His supply count is starting to look pretty ridiculous. He's only really got Stalkers, which I guess are easy to replace. And right now, I mean, I think he needs to take an extended fight. Oh, he's managed to trap the Paladin. And without the Paladin, the Alchemist will die too. And without the Alchemist, there's very little damage still available in this army. It takes a long time to rebuild the Mountain King. Or the Mountain King? The Paladin, rather. Mountain King was the previous game. I think you want to continue fighting. Maybe just go, like, Mass Disruptor is not... Oh, that must have been the healing wave. Mass Disruptor? I don't mind it at all. I guess it's much easier to get full surrounds. Oh, he got the Paladin back from the what's it called? The tavern in the middle of the map. That means that the Paladin can once again be used, but it's sort of stuck outside of the main. A lot of the damage, though, from the Alchemist is still coming in. How much gold is remaining in the mines over here? About 1,000. Not a ton. And the force field is actually going to keep all of this around. He decides to TP back towards the low ground. Uther trying to come in, but it's a little risky. He actually does go around right now because he managed to get the invulnerability. Invulnerability, though, doesn't last that long, and right now he can once more be hit. Mass Zealot warp in? It looks like in the end, the Riflemen keep the Protoss army pinned back, and MaxPax has to retreat. This is so messy, but also kind of amazing. Very clutch. The fact that he kept the town hall going and actually has a reasonable amount of peasants still available too is kind of amazing. He did get a Staff of Sanctuary, by the way. Teleports a target unit to your highest level town hall, stunning the unit and regenning HP. Right, so you can quickly use this to regen some of the units and bring them back home. MaxPax has basically decided that his build in this game is just to throw stuff at the problem. And sometimes throwing stuff at the problem is all you need to do. Yes, the human player stabilized there, but the supply count still has me very concerned. Mama ship coming up too, by the way. There's a lot of disruptors! Oh my god, we're going bowling! We're going bowling! Some fireworks are being thrown around. The healing here from those Warcraft units is kind of ridiculous. Zealots in the meantime, though, going to town against the militia. That is those workers temporarily picking out arms to try and just keep all of this at bay. I can't believe he could just tank all of those Novas there. It's actually kind of insane. The supply count of the human here did not even really drop. Alright, Mama is coming up. What do you do against the mothership? I have no idea. Apparently, he can just smash his piggy bank and get some more damage improvement for his dwarfs, as we have more Novas going to town. They have so much HP. Can't believe we've seen them tank multiple Novas in there. Yeah, they're just shrugging it off. Stargate's coming up. More Stalkers being warped in. Mama is just about to pop. I mean, LawLiet is stuck in his base, right? Like, he can't really do anything. He essentially needs to hope at this point that his opponent is gonna do like a gross overextension. I think that's probably the best plan. You need to split against that. He doesn't care at all. Yeah, he's got so many healing abilities, may as well. He doesn't have a lot of mana anymore, though. There's one potion of mana, which may be an absolute necessity now on the Alchemist. He did, by the way, get his transmute ability. Kills a target unit instantly, transforming it into gold? Oh, I think he just... No, he tried to use the acid bomb there. Apparently, Blink counters it. Transmute cannot be used on heroes or creeps above level 5. Alright. What about Mama? Can you use it on Mama? Do it! Do it! Oh, no! He got surrounded. Much easier to surround a unit in StarCraft 2, I suppose, than it is in Warcraft 3 if you can just teleport on top of them. The Novas are starting to really hurt now, and I think that will be the end for our human player in game number 2. But my god, this is surprisingly competitive. Wait, did Mama die? Wait, whoa. What? Sorry, I missed it. So, he's got a potion of mana. He pops it here. So he uses the transmute, right? No. He gets 400 gold back from it. No longer do we have minus 400, minus 400. We have plus 400, plus 400. A brand new meme has been born. That's actually the perfect target. I don't believe MaxPax was aware of that ability. Because it's the perfect target. Like, there is no better target for that ultimate of the Alchemist. I mean, this is still 100% game over now for the human, though, right? Like, there's no way that he's gonna be able to survive. But that is so funny. Yeah, MaxPax going in with the Bat-mannered warp in straight into the main base. He is hunting down the Paladin. And ultimately, the entire city of the human gets purged. GG. Okay, so final game in this best of 3 series. We have 2 This is so cursed. We have a Night Elf player now. This is his main race. Going up against a human. So, I was gonna bring up that... I guess there's no... This is so cursed. I was gonna bring up that it seems that playing Warcraft 3 is really tough. Because he was kind of stuck in his base the entire game long. But then again, he was also only on 2 bases, and MaxPax had essentially the entire rest of the map. So maybe it's not that bad. Maybe the strategies just didn't quite line up. So we are on El Dorado, final map in this best of 3 series. And I guess we're going full Warcraft now. If only there was a better way to play Warcraft 3 versus Warcraft 3. If only there was like a dedicated game for this game mode. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure. I am inclined to believe that our Night Elf here is the clear favorite. So to clarify, this is his main race. And he's going up against MaxPax, who, I mean, who's older? Warcraft 3 or MaxPax? Let me see. When did Warcraft 3 come out? Warcraft 3 release date? 3rd of July 2002 for the Reign of Chaos. When did MaxPax release? I think 2004. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he was born in 2004. So Warcraft 3 is literally older than MaxPax. Yeah, let that sink in for a little bit. You were probably in line at GameStop or whatever, picking up Warcraft 3 because you really enjoyed playing, you know, Beyond the Dark Portal, Warcraft 2, right? And then, yeah, the top tier pro gamers. Oh my god, what's happening here? Wait, is this just a wisp? Why is the wisp? What? Yeah, it's just a wisp. Get wrecked, bro. Didn't even detonate in time. I don't know why the wisp is, it's just pretending it's stuck on a tree as its default. Kind of amazing. Alright, so we have a... What do you call this guy again? This is the default. The Demon Hunter? I think it's a Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter has Mana Burn, which is the main ability that they use all the freaking time. And it's used to remove mana out of opposing heroes in particular. So we have once more apparently. No, curiously enough, I don't know if this is just the new meta or if I'm just completely out of loop. We don't have a single Archmage. Yeah, once more it is going to be a good old Mountain King to clear all of this up. What do you normally buy? I remember playing some Orc back in the day. I really enjoyed playing Undead. I thought Undead was really fun. I also actually really enjoyed playing, I think you got Boots of Speed, don't you? I really enjoyed playing Night Elf too. I never really liked playing humans that much. Oh my god, what? He just popped it into the main. That was a bit weird. He was trying to drink, but he accidentally popped it into the main. So those are the Moonwells, used for healing here on the Hellborn. This is a mirror image, by the way. So, used for some scouting. LawLiet trying to figure out what MaxPax is up to, but joke's on him. MaxPax is just doing random stuff. By the way, he's only got 3 wisps per gold mine. It seems like it's fully filled up, but normally you can go 5. Maybe it's like a balance. Yeah, oh, you can only ever do 3 peasants. That's why you have 2. I was trying to figure out. Oh god, here we go. We did already have the stun going down. He does have the evasion passive, which is why he can keep this around, but apparently he's now feeling like he needs to go home. Max is being aggressive here now, though. Getting a nice ability and a good engagement so far. Actually, it was MaxPax scouting LawLiet. Dude, I am getting all confused. Everything's getting twisted in my brain. Nothing makes sense anymore. Which side is up? Do I live in Australia all of a sudden? Oh, nighttime has arrived. And because of the nighttime, he can use Elune's Grace if he, I believe, hold positions his archers here. So the archers can actually go invisible during the night. Well, not the entirety of the time, though. Yep, he's gonna start popping them down one at a time. Moonwell in a little bit of trouble. Using the Wisp to try and repair it back up. Additional archers are coming up, and he's using the Moonwells here for continuous repairs, continuous healing. In the meantime, LawLiet is trying to just hunt down whatever he can. Hunter's Hole coming up. That allows him to make the archers with 4 legs. The ones that throw the glaives. Whatever they're called. Huntresses, I think is what they're called. It's called the Hunter's Hall. There's also Dryads. I think Dryads are also pretty cool. I always like Dryads. Ah, the great outdoors. They always reminded me of the outdoors. It meant that I don't have to go outside at all myself personally. And, yeah, we can just use that to our advantage instead. In the meantime, though, he's bought himself a Goblin Shredder. I remember, if you're not a great player, Dryads are kind of amazing, you know? They're kind of like the Void Ray of Night Elf. Okay, maybe that's not true, but anyways, that's kind of what they feel like to me. It's one of those units that you can't really go wrong with, and they shoot up and down, and they're pretty much always a sure choice. Maybe never the perfect choice, but never terrible either. He got the Bone Chimes. Grants a melee hero and friendly nearby melee units lifesteal? Whoa! That is an amazing pickup right there, isn't it? I don't know much about, like, item tier lists, but that seems absolute S tier. In the meantime, he's decided to go for the Naga as well. Why must I suffer is not, I don't remember her voice lines. Yeah, the problem here is that he's only got ranged units at the moment. It reads like it's amazing though, but maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. In the meantime, MaxPax picking up the good old Blood Mage. Apparently we're dumping the Rings of Protection onto the Blood Mage. Got a bunch of random items over here, nothing all too amazing, I don't think. Just a couple of stat improvements. I know that heroes in this game have different kinds of attributes. Strength, agility, and intelligence. And every single one of them has a different preference. So some heroes are agility. I believe this one is agility based, if I'm not mistaken. And then you have heroes that are beneficial in other departments. But you still get benefits from stats too. So it's MaxPax here that is getting just general improvements for the Mountain King. Ogre Strength coming up. Amazing item, especially on the on the Naga. Okay, maybe not quite. No, not quite ideal. He's actually managed to get a nice little aggression going, though, because Max is currently on the other side of the map. He decides to recall. Oh, you do have to be relatively close to recall the units. Yeah, not everybody was caught in that recall. That means, though, that we have a big engagement happening over here. Gets a nice stun off. Okay. Can we get a mana burn, too? He has the ability still available. There we go. Mana burns the Mountain King, but still enough energy for one more hammer. Blood Mage, in the meantime, though, also has to run away. Dude, MaxPax actually legit. I know I've said that exact sentence like 17 times over the last year. That was all in relation to StarCraft 2, okay? MaxPax genuinely the most impressive player in my mind over like as far as like top player improvements go, MaxPax has just taken such a giant leap forward. He's been looking insanely good, but it's clear to me that he's also not just great at StarCraft 2. Strength of the Wild coming up together here with the Druid of the Claw training. So we are gonna go for the Druids. You can turn them into little baby bears a little bit later on. They're always very cute, but also extremely powerful. I know that Roar ability, I think, is like a general AoE improvement for all your troops nearby. Rejuvenation can only be used in Druid of the Claw mode, if I recall correctly, which is like a heal that you can throw on allied units. And then you can turn them into bearers, which makes them berry. Yeah, I know. Very good. No, they just deal a lot of damage. They can still use Roar. I don't believe they can still use Rejuvenation. Third base coming up now. In the meantime, we already have one as well for MaxPax. Yeah, I really enjoyed playing this, man. I've actually had a few moments now over the last couple months where I thought about playing Warcraft 3 again. But like 1 versus 1, you know? Like actual, like, try to play the competitive mode. It would be a lot of fun. There's something about this game. As far as like top tier RTS games go, I've played my fair share of Age of Empires and Red Alert and all the rest of it, but Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2 in my mind. Brute War as well. Absolute cream of the crop. Now, big ability over here. Big explosion from the Blood Mage. Apparently, though, LawLiet doesn't really care. Looks like one of the Druids of the Claw is going to go down. It's going to summon a little lesser minion over here. And it looks to me like Max is going to be able to push this away. His hero is still around, though. The Naga is forced to run away. Good control. Dude, genuinely good management right there at Max. It's not easy. Keeping track of everything that's going on is actually really tough. Huh, so MaxPax has certainly played Warcraft 3. Like, it's clear to me that he knows what's up. He's now making the transition towards Knights. Ancient of the Wind coming up as well. This is for the Hippogriffs and Fairy Dragons and whatever else you want. I know that the Druid of the Talon has that Cyclone ability. Very strong, but also very micro-heavy. 2 more gold mines are being made. And we do, by the way, nice macro here. This is the Warcraft 3 macro we all expect. Kidding. I'm not. Kidding. I'm kidding. He's gonna be able to get a lot of stuff going here, but he needs an army right about right now. MaxPax is going in for the kill if he can. Supply-wise, MaxPax is currently at 100 versus 63. It is substantial. Another base ends up going down. We do have a detonation on the Wisps, but Wisps by themselves cannot attack. They can mostly just detonate. Dryads, by the way, are a weapon of choice right now too, and there are some Ancient Protectors. Static defense in this game is not to be underestimated. I don't believe MaxPax has any proper siege weaponry in his setup right now. In StarCraft 2, units are kind of good against everything, but this is very much so a game where certain units are... Like, there's just unit counters, right? Like, different unit archetypes, you kind of need siege weapons in order to break a base. Okay. Here we go again. Big supply advantage from MaxPax, but this is probably about the best fight you can hope for right now as the Night Elf player. Keeps the Hellborn over here alive. The Demon Slayer trying to... Demon Hunter, rather. Trying to keep all of this going. Knights in the front. Priests trying to heal and get that inner fire to whatever they can hit. There is a Goblin Zeppelin up in the air too. Not quite as good, I guess, as a War Prism, but still quite useful here for Max. Teleportation being used as well to try and preserve as many of those units. Excellent work right there by the Night Elf. Getting the help right there from those extra, like, Moonwells and all of the other defensive tools. Extremely nice. I've been watching Demon Slayer lately. Yeah. I guess the Demon Hunter would be pretty good in Demon Slayer. Anyways, he gets pulled all the way back. He gets pushed all the way back towards his main base. Suddenly, this map doesn't seem that massive anymore. Oh, picks up the dwarf, saves the hero using the Goblin Zeppelin. Let's go, Max. In the meantime, though, the Druids of the Claw are destroying, I guess we can call it a mineral line. A little bit weird. A Vespian geyser line with gold mines built on top of it. A little hard to say exactly what's happening here. High ground vision right here from LawLiet, getting from that Owl Scout, trying to keep all of this going. Doesn't matter though. MaxPax is going down the ramp. Now he, of course, has the defender's advantage. Recalls the Demon Mage. The Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter. And despite the fact that was a pretty good fight, I do believe it to be an overextension. Me, with my very limited Warcraft 3 knowledge, I think MaxPax overextended when he walked up this ramp. I think LawLiet overextended when he went across the map just now. He did kill the base though, and that's quite good. But there is still another expansion available here for Max. Now, apparently our Night Elf is going to triple expand. He's already made one base and it finished in the top left-hand corner, but there's 2 more bases coming up. Looks to me like he's a big fan of just hiding expansions all over. Spellbreaker coming up right now for Max. These are amazing units. Very powerful. I have always liked these because they don't require micro. Right? Like any unit, like this game is extremely micro heavy. Warcraft 3 is very micro heavy. So units that are just really good, that don't require additional clicks, always have been my preferred weapon of choice. There's enough, as far as like hero controls go. Wait, sorry, what? Sorry, I need some time. I'm ready. The oven was done. I was making some bread. I have seen many pauses over all of the years of StarCraft. I've never seen somebody pause the game because they were making bread. To be fair, this has been a very long best of 3 series. Ay, ay, ay. We don't know much about MaxPax. He's a very mysterious person. We know that he likes to run, apparently. He doesn't go to offline events. He doesn't really do a lot of streaming. Not a lot of voice chatting in general. But apparently he also likes making bread. And he apparently owns an oven. Alright. We're really starting to narrow it down. Could somebody get me a list of people from Denmark that own ovens? It's probably everybody, but still. MaxPax doxing himself by accident. Ha! Alright, whoa. Where are we going? Look at these guys. Look at these chats. I feel like they're walking really fast for how fast their paws move. Anyways, MaxPax is gonna go after another one of the trees of life, but it looks to me like he's gonna lose some stuff at home as well. Yeah, this expansion's certainly going to fall though. I think Max is saying, yo, this is fine. He's got a couple of knights over here with good target firing. It's gonna buy some time. Apparently, ooh, pickaxe bros are also going to join in. Blood mage, blood mage, blood mage! Hello, don't forget your blood mage! No! Okay, keeps it around for now. That was risky. Losing a hero at this point is not only very costly, it also takes about 17 years to rebuild. Suddenly the opponent can counterattack. You can, of course, build it in the middle of the map, but... Fairy dragons, by the way, are here. Pretty nice. The phase shift ability and just in general. Very useful spellcaster to add into the mix. Looks like the Druids of the Claw have eventually been dealt with. Another base has been spotted, though, here by Max in the far top left-hand corner. I can't believe we have 3 extremely competitive games. This is another banger. Recall has been used, or Town Portal Scroll. Apparently, though, LawLiet decides to engage this. Does he have enough? Trying to teleport as many of his troops away. Evasions here across the board for the Demon Hunter. Big AoE, though, from the Blood Mage. Not bad at all. Manages to deflect most of these units. Max still in the high upkeep, and that is expensive. Night Elf currently at low upkeep. Yeah, generally when you're in high upkeep, I believe you want to be fighting, because you really don't want to... You don't want to sit back for too much. The main problem is the amount of resources that you gain right now, so your income goes down. Max doesn't really have a lot of, quote-unquote, Vespine, aka minerals. Wait. No, he does have... Where is he getting all his minerals from? Anyways, his resource imbalance is a bit more messy, or at least it used to be. Now Night Elf has got a similar problem too. Starting up Chimeras! I didn't even notice he made 2 roosts. There we go. These are like Brute Lords. If Brute Lords were actually pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, insane. It seems to me that Max has kind of like maxed out his army. He's not really improving his unit composition that much anymore. He's adding on a lot of knights, but knights don't shoot up. So, Chimeras actually, and the Fairy Dragon too, this is something worth noting. He's got the better army, he's got the better economy, but does he have the right army? Is he making the correct unit composition? This is an awkward position to be in, though. LawLiet is actually just running past the bases. He's being chased down right now. He's gonna have to fight at some point. Okay, one of the Druids actually gets stuck. Nice teleportation right there, though, using the staff. Preserving as much as he can. This should benefit, though. Okay, yeah, he decides to just kill teleport away, trying to kill the Town Hall, but this should certainly benefit the player with more ranged units. He's hiding the Chimeras for now. I don't believe Max has seen Chimeras yet. Otherwise, he would be making something that is a little bit better. He doesn't even have the dwarf upgrades. Corrosive Breath coming up as well. That is the improvement, if I'm not mistaken, the ability. Is it a passive? I'm not exactly sure. But it's an improvement to the Chimera. He's gonna suddenly reveal it. And this is a game where your armies aren't that big. You don't have that many units. So suddenly having 4 Chimeras is actually substantial. MaxPax already lost game number 1. After playing a relatively sloppy game, right? Like, he just didn't see the expansion. He got a bit unlucky in that regard, but he didn't scout for the bases, and LawLiet managed to sneak it away. Now, LawLiet once more behind, suddenly appears with a unit composition that is not expected. Blood Mage, though, going around the back. He's got to be very careful here. Actually, no, that's a fake Blood Mage. The real one's over here. He apparently got me as well. That one does fade away. Okay, we do have the Staff of Preservation used once more. Chimeras are just destroying everything, no? Are they not gonna just be able to kill everything else? Demon Hunter going around the site, trying to just target fire down whatever he can. A little bit messy. Yeah, he needs a counter. He needs a counter, and now he starts up the Rifleman, but he doesn't have the Rifleman upgrades. Oh, no. I think LawLiet may have just been able to get it done again? The Great Outdoors. There they are. Kind of missing the Warcraft 3 voice lines. I think the Warcraft 3 voice lines are amazing. Another Town Hall falls. MaxPax's bank is still looking decent, but he does need the right units. Mountain King can still be used, of course. And there are quite a few Riflemen available right now. Can we get another Roar? Probably not a bad idea. The passive ability over here with the True Shot aura is actually also really quite powerful. Ooh, okay. Mountain King trying to see if it can stay alive. Does get sniped there in the end. Big AoE ability being used right now on the Blood Mage, but the Blood Mage is also forced to retreat. He doesn't really seem to care much. Fairy Dragon is respawning right over here. Welcome back. They don't really have a voice line. They just make little squeaky noises, if I'm not mistaken. Town Hall finishing in the far top right-hand corner. He's trying to desperately rebuy whatever he can, but if I'm not mistaken, if you rebuy, you don't get that many, well, that many stats on your hero. And just like that, it's LawLiet who ends up obtaining the victory 2-1 over MaxPax. And yes, a very chaotic series, but also a very fun one. GG.